We do have a flag in the backfield of the Wolverines.
And the quarterback slow to get up. We may have a late hit, but they are looking at the Juarez Lincoln bench, so perhaps we have a clipping call in order, or block below the knees. And I guess the decision is, do you want to have them 3rd and 8 or 2nd and 23?
And it's actually going to be a roughing the passer against the Huskies.
15 yards.
Probably why the La Joya coach did not look very happy with that call.
No, I'm just wondering why they were asking them, or maybe he just wanted to know, like, was it that much of a late hit, or did he hit him in the head? Because to bring down Gonzalez, it takes quite a bit, though, because he is a big quarterback.
He sure is.
And that'll be Juarez Lincoln's 5th penalty, resulting in 35 yards. And we have another flag.
On the carry, no gain. In fact, there was a loss of a couple of yards, but it's a flag.
And it's going to be a false start against the Wolverines.
Against the Wolverines, 5 yards.
So I guess it's as expected, first game out. You know, both teams making several mistakes, not looking very sharp. It's a sort of a well-played game, but a little bit too many flags, a little bit, you know, things that shouldn't be happening. But then again, it is week 1, and this is where you want to iron out all your wrinkles before you head into district.
And that pitch is going to go to number... That pitch goes to number 6, Kevin Spears, and he's tackled right by the sideline by number 14, Robert Gonzalez.
Yeah, Kevin Spears showing his speed, running around the left end, running hard towards the end zone, and he seemed to have gotten clothesline. I'm not sure if there was a flag on that or not, but it did occur at about the 2-3 yard line, so we'll see what happens here.
And a 20-yard run is actually going to be erased with a block in the back penalty.
Yeah, it was a spot foul. It happened at about the 5-yard line, so they're going to bring it back to the 20. And after you do all the math and all the movement around with the chains, it's still going to be 1st and 8, or it should be 1st and 8 for PSJA Memorial. So instead of getting the ball at the 2-yard line, being 2 yards out from scoring, that penalty brings them back to the 20-yard line.
And once again, they're going to give that ball back to number 6, Kevin Spears, as he tries to bounce around defenders. Finally, he's going to be brought down by number 8, Dustin Ruiz, and number 9, René Valles.
Yeah, so PSJA Memorial now introducing their third element offensively. You know, they've been going heavy with Gonzalez and Trevino. Now Spears using, instead of a bulldozer type of bruising type of runners, now they're going with, electing to go with some speed around the outside.
That pass a little too high for Jesse Bustamante.
And Bustamante was open. If he catches that, he may fall over for a first down. And if the ball would have been tipped a little bit higher, that could have been going off the other way for a touchdown, for a pick 6 by Juarez Lincoln.
It sure would have. Number 8, Dustin Reese, almost getting his hands on that football.
It was one of those tip drills, and just nobody seemed to come up with the ball. Unfortunately for the Wolverines, it lands incomplete, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 7 from the Juarez Lincoln 19-yard line.
And that pass will be complete to Gerardo Bocanegra. He's going to be stopped at the, looks like the 2-yard line by number 11, Aaron Alvarado.
They seem to be marking up at the 5, though. But I tell you what, though, Gonzalez has one heck of an arm. That's why I'm surprised they haven't utilized that aspect of the game so far. But then again, it's one of those, if it's not broke, don't fix it, because they're running the ball at will. And this forces Juarez Lincoln to call a timeout with 5:48 left to go in the first half. And we have the Wolverines are up 6-0 over the Huskies.
And it's going to be Jonathan Trevino with the carry up the middle, 5 yards out for another Wolverine touchdown.
Yeah, great piece of blocking up front. Trevino easily just outmuscles one man, falls into the end zone, and that'll give PSJA Memorial a 12-0 lead pending the extra point. They do seem to be going for the extra point for the kick.
Kick is up.
And that's number 11, Jonathan Soto, good with the extra point. Now making the score, PSJA Memorial Wolverines 13, the Juarez Lincoln Huskies 0.
Yeah, what we're seeing right now is a great effort by the Wolverines. I think we're seeing them execute offensively. I think we're starting to notice that they do have many weapons. Not just their quarterback, not just their running back. They're now introducing Spears into the mix. And we know they still have Medellin, who they haven't unleashed yet. But the big surprise, and I think it's going to make Coach Cavazos extremely happy, is the fact that their defense is playing extremely well. Mind you, Juarez Lincoln has stumbled a little bit. They have not looked very sharp. But you got to give credit where credit is due, and it is perhaps because this stingy Wolverine defense has made it very difficult for them to move the ball.
And that kick is going to be returned by number 2, Carlos Barrera. And he's going to be stopped by number 24, Alexander Campbell. And it looks like the Huskies will be set up at the 27-yard line.
Juarez Lincoln takes over again. We have Edward... Is it Garcia? Yes, Edward Garcia with 7 yards passing. And Obed, I'm not going to say his last name. But he has 11 yards rushing. Right now they have 4 first downs on the game.
And they're going to hand that ball off to number 1, Obed Fernandez.
Fernandez, there we go. I couldn't find his last name. I apologize for that.
And he'll be stopped by, once again, number 32, Mario Silva.
Mario Silva and others for the Wolverines on the
Juarez Lincoln has looked decent at times. What has hurt them, though, are the false start penalties, as they have 3 false start penalties, 5 total penalties in the game, and that could be one of the significant differences in being behind 13-0.
That pass complete to number 2, Carlos Barrera. He's stopped right away by number 12, Ismael Canizales.
Yeah, nice little pitch and catch there. Nice movement by the quarterback, releasing the ball quickly, hitting his receiver in stride. Receiver stumbles for an extra yard or two, picks up the first down, and keeps the chains moving for Juarez Lincoln.
Hernandez once again with the carry up the middle. He's going to be stopped by number 44, Robert Hernandez.
And that's the first time we see Juarez Lincoln offensive line really manhandle that Wolverine defense. That was a huge gaping hole right up the middle. They gained 9 yards, brings up a 2nd and 1 for Juarez Lincoln.
That pass incomplete to number 81, Anthony Mora.
Yeah, that's a good example right there. If you could, they get a great run on first down, then they make a good solid pass, and unfortunately it's dropped. There appears to be a flag as well. And that may be in the big variety there, as the early indication appears it is a personal foul on Juarez Lincoln. So a potential first down catch may result in a huge
and the penalty going against the Huskies. The ball being spotted at the 31.
No, they never did call who the penalty it was on, but obviously it was a big infraction, because this brings up a 2nd and 16 for Juarez Lincoln.
That pass intended for number 81, Anthony Mora.
So now we have a 3rd and 16. So once again, Juarez Lincoln, it appears to have some kind of gelling process going on offensively, but a penalty here, a drop ball there, and now once again they find themselves a 3rd and 16 at their own 31-yard line, trailing 13-0 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half.
And that's going to be Fernandez with the carry up the middle on 3rd down.
On the carry, a gain of a couple of yards to the 36.
That brings up a 4th and 11, way short of the first down. A bit of a conservative play there. It'll probably bring up the punting unit once again for Juarez Lincoln. And if we look to the northern side of the horizon, we see some lightning strikes out there. Hopefully it won't affect our football game as we approach halftime.
And that ball is going to be downed at the 35-yard line by number 2, Carlos Barrera. We do have a penalty.
Yeah, it seemed like the ball was just bouncing around, going from hash mark to hash mark, and then all of a sudden we see somebody on the floor, followed by a flag. And it appears to be a senseless personal foul against PSJA Memorial. So instead of them having the ball at around the 35-yard line, they will start 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. So once again, it's early in the season, you're hyped up, you want to play well, you want to impress everybody involved, your parents, your friends, your coaches. But sometimes you got to tone it down and remember, you got to play smart. And right now it seems both teams are making little mistakes that are hurting each other.
And And Gonzalez is going to make the pitch out to Jonathan Trevino. Nice gain on the carry. He'll be stopped right at about the 28-yard line as he's stopped by number 4, Rick Gutierrez. That carry right there is going to give Trevino 51 yards for the game so far.
Michael Gonzalez, the quarterback, on the carry to about the 33-yard line.
And Michael Gonzalez with the quarterback keeper. He's going to pick up a first down for the Wolverines. And he is finally stopped by number 92, Abraham Aguilar, as well as number 77, Christian Ozuna.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see too many one-man tackles. It's going to be gang tackling whenever Gonzalez gets himself in gear and runs downhill.
And that pass is going to be complete to number 3, Gerardo Bocanegra. And he will be stopped by number 4, Rick Gutierrez.
Yeah, PSJA Memorial hurrying up their offense a little bit with under 2 minutes to go, 1:40 remaining in the first half, having a 13-0 lead. Wow.
And that pass is going to go right through the hands of number 1, John Anthony Sainz. And that was number 5, Andrew Rodriguez with the coverage.
Yeah, nice pass there. In either case, whether it was caught or not, it was a well-thrown ball by Gonzalez. Great coverage by number 5, Rodriguez. But in either case, it's not going to matter because there is a penalty thrown against PSJA Memorial. And it does seem like the lightning strikes are inching closer and closer, or they're just getting darker and darker. They seem more luminous simply because the skies are fading out, the sun's going down. But there does seem to be a storm brewing.
There's the flag.
And we've got another flag against the Wolverines. This time it's going to be a false start. The Wolverines digging themselves in a very deep hole right now. It was 2nd and 19, is now 2nd and 24 from their own 19-yard line.
Yeah, that was that previous penalty. That last penalty was their 7th for PSJA Memorial, resulting in 65 yards. That is the only thing that's offsetting them a little bit because they are having one heck of an offensive night tonight.
Jonathan Trevino on the carry to the 23-yard line.
And once again, that's going to be Jonathan Trevino with the carry up the middle. And he'll be stopped by number 95, Felipe Otacara.
Yeah, that brings up a 3rd and a very long, I want to say, what is it, about 22 yards? 20 yards, 3rd and 20, with a minute 8 to go in the half, and they have the ball at their own Wolverine 23-yard line. It appears they may just want to run out the clock and head home into the halftime with a 13-0 lead.
And that pass is going to be complete by number 1, John Anthony Sainz. He will be stopped by number 5, Andrew Rodriguez.
Yeah, a nice pickup there, picking up 12 yards. It seemed like they were content to go into the half up 13-0, but now this gives them new life, although it is 4th and 8. And that gives Gonzalez his 50 passing yards in the first half, so very respectable passing night, along with gaining much needed yards on the ground.
And as it looks right now, it looks like the Wolverines are going to let this clock run out right before the half.
I do believe, okay, I was about to say they do need to snap it unless they want to call a timeout or incur a delay of game. They elect to call a timeout. So with 13.7 seconds remaining in the first half, that will bring up a 4th and 8. Wolverines use their first timeout of the half, and they are up 13-0.
Fourth down and 8.
Very nice punt there by Gonzalez.
And that punt.
And that punt is going to go out of bounds. And it looks like they will be placing it on the 30-yard line of the Huskies with 6.3 seconds left to go in this first half.
Before halftime.
And that Lightning looks like it's coming a little closer and closer.
It does appear it's approaching us, and hopefully we can get this game in. It's been moving rather quickly despite, you know, a few penalties. It's an hour old. We started at 7, about 7:05. It's 8:04 right now. So let's see if we can get a quick 30-minute intermission and continue the second half without getting some thunderstorms fall upon us.
And the Huskies elect to kneel the ball and let the clock roll into the half. And after one half of play, our score at PSJA Stadium, PSJA Memorial Wolverines 13, Juarez Lincoln Huskies 0.
Relax and enjoy tonight's halftime performances.